Hi, since you can't be here visiting us because of C-19, we'd just like to take this quick tour for you to see Sozolife since we purchased the property on the end of March, and so we'd like to show you God's grace. We're on streets number 12 here, so you can follow me. It's a little walk here, about a couple minutes walk till we reach the entrance. Our property is on the left. We will guide you to what's happening as developments progress, different things that are going on at the moment. So I'm excited to give you a little quick tour today and then explain as we go. This is our neighbor. There we go, this is our entrance, and you'll meet my other half.
Hi everyone, so we want to take you on a tour today. Follow me. First of all, we're going to look at our first two container buildings. This one is the nursery. This is two containers that we've put together to make a nursery building for our kids. And this year, especially with COVID and the lockdowns, we've actually extended the nursery from just babies to now also including primary and grade 1 and 2 kids as well, because they can't go to school. So to help their parents, we have all the kids here right now. They're doing their homework, and Crew Chem is doing an amazing job. So yeah, this is how we've been using these first two containers.
Our kids are here, but actually they're at home doing homeschool. Normally, amazing Karana would do the homework or the online school together with them, but today we just bring them out so that we could do this film for you.
So as you can see just here really quick, what we've done is after we got the containers, we then actually built a roof on top to help with the heat, put a railing and an outdoor deck area to extend the space for the kids. So this is how we've been utilizing these containers. So come along, let's go have a look at the office. This whole front area is actually going to become a car park because we don't want to have the cars going any further than this for the protection of the kids and also people on the property, because we also have a farm and all the residents. This is actually going to transform into a car park eventually because the office is right here. As you can see, Pisanti and Long are working on the office renovations. This is again another two containers put together, and then we've extended the space out to have a room glassed in outside. So this has become a really nice space for our office.
Probably been a couple months now since we're working on this project. It takes a bit of time because be heavy duty built with structures and everything. So as you can see, we've got 4 water tanks.
How many liters are they?
Each tank's about 2,000 liters. Altogether 4 tanks up there, so it's about 8,000. We want to put 2 more down there. Got water underground, dug about 38 meters.
So one good thing about this company that we went with for the water is they were able to install a solar pump. This is actually saving us on electricity. One of the big issues is always you can pump the water, but it takes a lot of electricity. So we have a solar pump right here that's installed that will help keep this property having the water that it needs without spending more electricity.
This one will go on top of the office roof. We'll get more sun, of course temporarily, because while we're working on the roof.
Right. You need a break, Michael? You okay?
Okay.
As you can see, our property has a lot of beautiful trees, lamyai, and mango trees, but we want to try and keep as many of the trees as possible, so we're trying to build around it and not cut any. This house and the one that we're about to see is actually the houses that came with the property. This is actually going to be our guest house for volunteers in the future, but we've been using it in the meantime for mothers with newborn babies that need a very quiet and very clean space. The ones that have a bit older children, they live in the containers, but the ones with newborn babies come and stay here for now. But eventually this will be the guest house, so if you come and visit us in the future, this is where you're going to stay. And if we come over here, this is the other big house that was already on the property, which is such a blessing. Right now being used as our office. This house is actually going to be where our family moves into in January. So we just got to renovate. As you can see, the deck on the top is a bit dangerous for our boys especially, and we're going to renovate the deck and close that in, and this will be where our family will live on the property with everyone here. Right now, the bottom floor, this is our office. This will move over to that glass container that we saw earlier. Okay, and the other small building that was on the property is actually this shed here, and we've transformed it into our kitchen, our sewing workshop room, but it is quite small. So we're wanting to actually renovate this whole block here to extend it out and become the workshop vocational, where we have a meeting room that we can train in and have enough space for that. This will eventually have to be extended out and done up nicer. Yeah, but we can come have a look at the sewing room. It's a bit of a small space, but we have Nola and Nong Oi here working on these beautiful bags. Can fit the sewing machines in, but it is quite small. Yeah, we're really hoping to renovate this one.
As you can see on the back there, the reflection of the metal sheets is, of course, is our tool shed. We built that first one when we moved here, just purely by faith, without knowing whether we're able to conquer this land or not. God is great, and He has done what man could not do, and we praise God for that.
Lynn's just spending time with some of the mums here this morning. If you have a look out, we have a lot more space here. So as we come into the property, we put this temporary gravel down because it was all just mud. Eventually we would like cement road all the way going around the property, and it will become a really beautiful walkway as well. We want this to be a place that people enjoy walking and praying, and just there's that peaceful atmosphere as they walk through the property. One of the major things we need to do is a road and a drain along the sides. The ground doesn't get all muddy.
To the right is we have a couple knockdown houses that we built when we moved here for our main staff, set for the groundkeepers and to help develop the property. And to my left here would be your right. So this is our chapel. I've done the foundation. It's like a meter deep underground pillars, concrete slab been poured, ready to do the roof, and then we'll be laying bricks.
Yep, so this is strategically placed in the center of our property. Everything will sort of revolve around this meeting hall here. The roads, the paths, the gardens, and where all the buildings are situated. We want this to be the central point where we gather, where we have our services, where we have any meetings, where we can have events, celebrate Christmas and those kind of things. So we really want to have that sense of gathering. It's about 10 by 12 meters. Be praying with us, because if this is finished, we'll be able to have our events and our gatherings here.
A hall room. We'll have a cry room as well. We'll have a small prayer room.
Our plan is to actually have a dividing partition so that we can actually have 2 rooms available, and then we can open it up and have a big one when we gather. This could probably fit up to 70 people if we squish in. It's mainly just to cater for the ones who are here.
See all the tops is, as many of you know, because C19, the prices of materials have went up high, and now we try to save everything we can. So I went to find used steels that are in good quality, purchase second-hand window glasses as well to save the cost of this building. We know that it's going to be a huge blessing for every soul. So to speak, it's like a hospital.
Seeing the entrance to here, there's going to be a pathway that comes along the side. So if you come from this angle, and you can see it's connected to this building, is going to be an outdoor eating area. Around the table, fellowship and food. We want to have an outdoor space here that's covered, that we can have our meals together. And so this again is right in the center of the property. Okay, so we're just going to keep taking you around the whole property so you can get an idea of what it looks like. We've purposely situated the staff housing and the mother's housing right at the back of the property. This is for safety reasons. Our office, our nursery, our house is at the front of the property. There's sort of going to be a dividing barrier, and then as we come down here, it's just really quiet and private and safe for the mums and the kids. So as we come to the corner of the property, this is our little farm area that we've set up for now. We're hoping to buy the piece of land right next to us, which will be just for the farm and able to provide food. And that's one of our biggest projects that we're working on for this year and next year, is to get this farm going so we can be self-sustainable in food and be able to help support other families as well. Inside, we've also got a fish pond that we've dug. We've got turkeys, we have geese, we have ducks, we have chickens, we have egg-laying hens, and we have catfish and tilapia, 4 pigs, I think, 4 pigs, so it's quite a lot for a small space, but it's going really well. So then as we come down towards the back of the property, this is where we've done up the 3 containers for the mum's housing. Each container is a self-contained unit, has the bedroom, kitchen and bathroom. And so one mum with 1 child stays in there for now. So we have 3 at the moment. So they're not quite finished yet. When we put thought into the design of everything, we don't want it to feel temporary. We want it to feel like home. We want them to feel relaxed and settled. That's a very important part of their healing and very important part of their growing as well, coming out of very horrible situations, very uncertain situations. We want them to feel at home and feel peaceful. So one of the things we actually still have to do is, on the containers, on the outside, we're actually going to put some wood panels to make it look like a cabin instead of a metal container. So this is one of the containers that the last one that we are just finishing up renovating. And if you come and have a look inside, it's quite a big room for a bedroom. It's about 2.5 by 6 meters. So it's like a long room, but it's got plenty of space. So yeah, everything's done really nicely. There's insulation, there's electricity, there's proper windows. You know, we'll have curtains in here and fans. So inside it doesn't look like a container at all. So we're really happy it's been tiled really nicely, so it actually keeps cooler. And then as we come around here, so this is obviously still being finished up, but if you come in here, this is the kitchen and the bathroom. They have their own little self-contained unit here for them, which is private, and you know, it just gives them that sense of ownership as well, that they can come in and just focus on settling their family and especially looking after their kids. Yeah, there was just a giant gecko that ran across there, so I'm gonna get out of here. All right, so if you have a quick look here, this is where the road stops. But we actually want this to continue around the property, so I'm going to take you, but it's going to be through grass. But from here onwards, we want to have a beautiful walkway with flowers and benches, and we really want this place to be feeling like a garden, you know, where it's just a quiet and peaceful place to rejuvenate and to heal, you know, emotionally and all that. The path is going to come along on the side of the containers here and go all the way right down to the front of the property. So as you can see, there's still quite a lot of work to be done. This area here, we want to build a house. So we're going to keep the containers as their self-contained units, but we want to build a 4-bedroom house here for extra housing for the women that we rescue, especially the ones that are with very small babies or newborn babies or just about to have the baby. We want them to have a place where there's a bit more support for them. So this will be a house with 4 bedrooms, a shared kitchen, shared lounge area, shared toilets, so they can stay together and help each other out. The other self-contained containers will be more for those who are sort of at the next stage, ready to start self-supporting, and you know, we're just sort of getting them in a good place where they can start to know what it feels like to live in their own house.
As you can see back here, we see the patch of the veggie gardens. We have long green beans, lemongrass, all kinds of herbs back there feeding off into the mothers and some of our team. This area is phenomenal for growing, and we have rice fields surrounding a different garden, different farming of crops around here. So it's a perfect location that we could do lots of things.
So our area is quite unique. We live about 20 minutes out of Chiang Mai City, but it's country enough, and it's actually where a lot of the agricultural farms are, right around the city. We feel like this is a very significant place that we're in, have been situated, because we feel that in the years to come, food production is going to be a very, very vital part of the community needs, as the economy is not doing well, as things continue to be interrupted by COVID-19. There are a lot of families in this second year that have really struggled, and we foresee even in the next 3-4 years This is going to be a continuous need, and we want to prepare for ourselves here, all of us here, but also we want to be able to reach out to the community. Long is planting seasonal vegetables, especially green vegetables. They grow really quickly, and then once they're eaten, we replant them again. But eventually what we want to do is have sections so that there's vegetables all year round. So we need to have a big enough space where, you know, once one patch is done, the next patch is ready to be eaten, and it rotates like that. As we've walked through the property, you can see that we've already done a lot. I think we've been amazed at how God has blessed us to be able to do as much as we already have. So this has enabled us to function up to this point, but it's still at a very minimal level of functioning. We want to bring in that spiritual leadership as well, because this place, part of what's so important is that family atmosphere and environment, and that's what we feel like, me and Dakota, our heart is we want to bring people into the family of God. Us being here is a big part of that, bringing that warmth and that family feel. We just wanted to bring you around as a tour because we wish you could be here with us. We wish you could see how beautiful this place is. This is truly a blessing from God, a miracle for us, and ticks off all our criteria. You know, when we moved out and we needed a place, we needed to find a place, we had a criteria. We said, Lord, we need land enough to be able to farm. We need land that is safe, that is fully fenced in, and this place came with a complete wall around it, you know, so we didn't have to build that. So it's very safe for the kids and the women. We need a place that is large enough to hold gatherings and events. We also need a place that is situated close to the city but not too far. I mean, it's pretty much everything that we ask for. It's so beautiful, and we pray that one day you'll be able to come here and be with us here on the ground. We hope that you've been able to capture a glimpse of what it is like here, and especially those of you who gave towards the land, we want to say another big thank you. This was made possible because of your generosity and your heart for us and for the people here, and we are so grateful. This has become a really true safe haven, and a place where people can find their life in God and experience God moving in them, teaching them and transforming their life. This is what Sozolife is about. So we want to thank you for being a part of that with us. Yeah, we hope you enjoy this video.